welcome everybody to another episode of Lost Blurs. What we're gonna do for you today is give you a quick review of the season finale of Marvel What If, which was probably one of the probably was the best one in my opinion. But hey, we're gonna introduce our esteemed panel. As usual, we got the Doc, we got the Bull, and we got let me see what that name said. Mr. Incredible himself coming in, our new comic book expert, Mr. H. Chaz Foster. Hey, just give him a little introduction. Hey, Mr. Foster's been reading comics since he came out of his mother's womb. Hey, he still goes to every Comic Con. He knows everybody in the comic book industry. Hey, he's next to Stan Lee himself, as they say. So, hey, we want to welcome Mr. Incredible to the show. Hey, what you got to say there, Mr. Incredible?
I want to thank y'all for the great warm reception here, and just ready to, get going and, learn from each other, and hopefully we can share, our experiences in the blurred world that we live in.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Incredible, you watch anime, bruh?
Every now and then when I get a chance.
Every now and then. I guess me and Vay are the real only anime heads in the group then so far.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't do anime. Dragon Ball Z is probably
Dragon Ball Z. That's all you
that's
get.
about it.
That don't even count, bro.
That's about it. So, all right. So, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about Marvel's What Ifs. Hey, we're going to let our guests go first. Hey, how'd you like the episode? Explain to everybody what's going on. Hey, we giving all spoilers, all everything, because you should have watched it by now. Ain't that right, Bull?
How about this? I'm giving y'all a live reaction right now. As we go through the show, I'll be watching it.
All right. So, but yeah, we're missing one blurred, hey, the villain, but he's on the way. So, hey, he'll be on the way in just a second. So, Mr. Incredible, lead us off. What you think about this episode? What if the Watcher intervened?
Pretty much everything I liked about the episode except Thor. I keep just trying to figure out, well, if you go back, I have to be honest with Thor. They got him screaming like a little girl.
Crown Prince of Asgard, you've been chosen.
Let's be honest.
That was
That's
funny.
a major problem.
Hey, you can't say. Hey, you can't say that wasn't funny though,
man.
bro.
That was
When he was screaming.
I'll be honest with you. I got tired of it during Ragnarok. Let's be honest. When he first pulled up in that chair and he screamed, "This is a guy that's been demigod that's been living for how long? 1,600 to 2,000 years, right? Fought miraculous beasts in the comics, gods, god slayers, whatever. And this man fears the unknown. I have a problem with that.
Well, you gotta remember though, this not the original Thor. This the Thor with who grew up without his brother. He didn't have the same experiences as the original Thor that we know. So that might be why he's more goofy than normal.
Might be. But remember, they said he still had his classic battles, though. You have to remember that.
Well, that's true. They did say that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm not going to get too far off into Thor, but I thought overall with people don't understand how powerful Uatu is and the rest of the Watchers, because for what they have to hold on to, what they have to do, you have to be skilled in that fight area, because Celestial's not going to put you in charge of something that important without you having the skills and knowledge of how to get through and how to defend yourself. So when I look at it, yes, the Watchers in the comics, certain stories they would show them, but let's not forget the Red Hulk did punch a Watcher. How many of y'all remember that?
Yeah,
Not many.
I don't even know that.
I ain't never heard of that.
See, that's why I was just about to say that's why I said
you. That's why you're here in the comic.
That's why you the expert, bro.
That's why you're the expert.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
You're
look it
definitely
up.
the expert.
Just go to Google, type in Red Hulk punches Uatu or the Watcher, either one, and you'll see him punching them clean as day.
Okay.
I was just about to say, I'm definitely about to look that up right to the next.
So overall, I just think the episode was very great. I enjoyed the finale, and the scene at the end of the trailer takes it to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's another one that I want to talk about in a little bit. But Doc, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Mr. Incredible's fantastic episode. I would say it's my second favorite. I didn't quite like it as much as the last episode, and that really was only because we finally got to see the Watcher throw down, and even if it was for a brief moment, like that to me was just the most epic thing out of the whole series. Just finally seeing this man get his hands dirty, even though he still kind of got them hands a little bit, but finally get his hands dirty. It was amazing to see that. But this was still a really good episode. Killmonger I knew he was gonna do that at the end. I just knew he was gonna. He just couldn't pass on that opportunity. I mean, I can't blame him, I guess, but I mean, it's Marvel. Marvel did it again, man. That's all I can say.
Hey, that part with Killmonger, I was like, hey, that was great in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he still has his mission no matter what.
Yeah,
he's still trying to liberate everybody, liberate what's basically African Americans or Africans or whatever. So, but
hey, just imagine what that man would have did, bro. He probably would have put white folks in chains and some more stuff, dog. If he had to
he did
get
all
to use
kind
those
of stuff,
stones.
man.
I was just about to say they lived 500 years of what we lived through. Put it like that. He would have showed that.
He would have had to go through all that, dog.
Yeah,
it'd have been crazy what he would have done. But I kind of figured that was gonna happen because I'm like, once Ultron, which, like I said, it was great. I think Doctor Strange next to Thor was hilarious, but Doctor Strange, he's my favorite
bro, but
character.
he grabbed Thor, dog, and that man started screaming. Man, that's what that man had me laughing, dog.
Like everything Thor almost said was hilarious. But when Strange started using those shields and stuff, I like the animation
that was
on
dope
how
too.
he gave them the shields, and it almost reminded me of the movie that's getting ready to come out now. I'm finna say Guardians of the Multiverse, but what's the one that's coming out now with the Celestials and the Eternals? It looks something like they're almost as Guardian. It looks as Guardian with the helmets and stuff, but then it looked kind of celestial too. So it was great.
I got a question, Mr. Incredible, since you are the expert. So if you watched our previous episodes, from the first episode with Agent Carter or Captain Carter, some of us were under the assumption that tentacled beast was Shuma Gorath, which I guess it may or may not have been him. The monster they were fighting when he opened the portal.
Or even this episode, he
okay, so that's my question.
Ultron.
Is that the same? Is that supposed to be the same beast from Agent Carter that she was fighting? You the same one?
Same one, yes.
So do you think that could be? Do you think that could be Shuma though?
The reason I think so is because they wouldn't just waste a character like that during the show. So I believe they give you that early taste of it, and then all of a sudden they bring it towards the end, so you can really see him come out in Doctor Strange. Because remember, Doctor Strange took on a whole lot of other creatures too that are some of the deadliest. And if you notice, he's not one of them, you know.
But we saw them Shuma tentacles though.
Right, and I feel like at the end, to go back even to Will, with the Eternals. Do y'all basically know about them a whole lot, or
a little bit, not a whole lot?
A little bit. Okay, they were
I've been doing a little bit of research on it.
Okay, well, yeah, and you know how important they are, to protecting Earth. So that's why that comment was made in their first trailer. Like, so y'all sat back and watched Thanos do all of this to Earth, and they were actually supposed to intervene because the destruction of Earth, that's what they were made for, to protect. And other, say like other Earths in the solar systems also, because how many of y'all do y'all remember Infinity War when the Avengers fought the Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, see, that's what. Hold on. Let's get back on the what if.
You talking about in the comic?
Well, see, I was trying to bring the point in with it.
Yeah, go ahead, bring the point in.
The Infinity War. You remember when the Guardians of the Galaxy showed up and they had their little dust off with the Avengers?
Mm-hmm.
How did y'all feel about that? Like, because some people who I talked to were upset because they felt like the Guardians did more damage to the Avengers. How do y'all feel about that?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't? Okay.
You talking about in the comic or in the movie?
In the movie.
Yeah, in the Infinity War when they first met, basically.
Talking about when they was on the
'Cause
ship
they
and it was
fought
just
each other.
Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Right.
You talking about when they fought each other?
I mean, I didn't feel no type of way about that.
Okay, because some people like that I talked to that was commenting on my post on Facebook, they felt like that the Guardians of the Galaxy got the upper hand. And what I tried to explain to them, what I truly feel, and I could be wrong, this is just an opinion, but the Guardians of the Galaxy, they face threats like this, like Thanos, all the time, as opposed to the Avengers, who may face global catastrophes, but not as much
Blue
as the
Moon.
Guardians, you know. So
Yeah, because
I
that's
don't
what. Well, like you said, that's what I believe they're going now. Anyway, it's going straight Ultimate Marvel beings anyway, like Blue Marvel and all them. And honestly, Captain America and Tony Stark and them probably fit to be irrelevant, even though in the comics they still stay relevant. But when you have, I think we talked about this one episode, when you have beings like Blue Marvel and all them folks like what's her name, Monica Rambeau, all them coming into play. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Now that you said something, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm really waiting on Adam Warlock.
I'm a little bit on the fence on that, just for the simple fact. If that was the case, why didn't they just stop Thanos from getting stuff from the get-go? If Gamora knew what he was about from the get-go, why didn't they just, once they banded together, just go and take care of it?
Well, the Eternals.
I'm on the fence about that.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, we probably gonna get more answers in the Eternals movie.
Yeah, you'll get more from heavy threat, but to really say that the Avengers was just Earth level versus the Guardians of the Galaxy being, I guess, galaxy level, like to really kind of downplay the Avengers like that, nah. I'm sorry.
You gotta look at it. But you gotta. He's right. Look at Peter Quill when he grabbed the Infinity Stone in the first Guardians.
Yeah, that was true, but at the same time, you mean to tell me you don't think Thor would be able to do something like that too as an Avenger?
I think Hulk could grab it. I think Hulk could grab it.
You can't answer your point though. Think about it. I don't think they do that to the Avengers. What have they done? What has the MCU done to the Hulk?
Slaughter him out.
What has the MCU done to Thor?
Made him fat.
Yeah, and think about this. This man took on the power.
Thor into a female because old girl's supposed to be taking over, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Lady Jane.
She's going to be in it. She's not going to take over.
Yeah, that's a what if story too. That's from the 60s. What if Lady Jane had become Thor? That was an actual comic book. But going back to it, the way they did the Hulk, the way they did Thor took on the power of a star. Think about that for a second.
That's true.
And he also looked cool when he first came into Wakanda. But then again, they slaughtered him out by doing what? We understand it as Guardians pick up weight and look like me later on in the future. They get, overweight and stuff like I am. But at the same time, I do have a double chin. I'm with you on that. But
you should have gone for the neck. I can dig it.
Yeah, but I feel like in the end, you're right. We're not going to get what we expect in the comics and the movies. But there was no reason to disrespect the Hulk like that. And I feel like in the new What If series itself, they kind of did a little bit better justice with the Hulk for a minute. Because especially the scene where they took the Ed Norton version and merged it with the Ruffalo Hulk. I thought
that was great.
Yes.
That was great how they trying to band everything together in the MCU. So tell me this. What do you think about, to get back on the What If, what do you think about that version of Ultron? Like, one of the greatest parts on the show to me, when Ultron sits up there and grins, and you just see him grinning with his teeth. I'm like, I ain't just really ever seen even Vision just show his teeth like that, he grinning. But what do you think about that version of Ultron?
I'm okay with that version of Ultron because if you go back to the comics, he's always wanted to be what? Human. Even when Hank Pym created him, what was his first main goal? I can take over. I can do this. He always wanted the human attributes. So when he smiled, it makes him look more sinister. It's kind of like, you remember in the comics, his mouth didn't move, but you saw that red glow to show that power that he had, and it was scary looking. Which, Age of Ultron, I was hoping that's what we were going to get, but they ended up getting it where he moved his mouth. And remember, what was his main goal? Was to be better than who? Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all, I just think he has that human side of him that wants to come out.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's about to get live.
so that's one of the best
I
parts
think.
about these last 2 episodes. The way he even looked
Yeah.
was great. Like the MCU version of Ultron is like his basically his armor and everything. I like how they did that.
I feel like they tried to redeem themselves from Age of Ultron, because I feel like they tried to
He's
give
an
us.
ultimate.
Well, they tried to give us what Ultron was supposed to be. Like Ultron is supposed to be the end of everything, bro. And he really wasn't that in the Age of Ultron second Avengers. He really wasn't that in the second Avengers movie. But I think this Ultron was the one more closer to what we saw in the comics and the Ultron we should have got.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they made Ultron into a pawn of Thanos. Think about that for a second. He was being used by Thanos like a chess piece. And that's not Ultron at all. Ultron can do things like Brainiac can do in DC. You see, because he can what? Transport his consciousness into anything else he wants to. And for him to be trapped inside of his own body, I was like, that's an easy way of making sense. But at the same time, they really downplayed the entire, Ultron, as far as Age of Ultron goes.
Okay.
And showing the Hulk lose to that Iron Man Hulk Buster, which in the comics.
Oh yeah. No. Hey, I do got one question for you, Mr. Incredible. Do you really think that I forget the doctor's name from the original Captain America, when they put the virus in Ultron, do you really think he would have been able to stop Ultron? Yeah. Do you think he would have been able to stop Ultron like that though, for real?
To be honest,
boy, put it like this. Let me put it like this, because I was about to ask the same question. How smart was Zola? How smart was Zola?
Now put it this way. I answer you both on this. The doctor first. Okay, I don't think in the comics he would have been able to stop Ultron like that, because even with Armin Zola being a computer, Ultron was created as the ultimate AI. So I believe that trumps whatever Armin Zola could put his mind into being limited as a human. But to answer the Kraken's question, to be honest, I feel like, okay, ask your question one more time. I almost forgot.
No, see, so far in the MCU, they making Zola, they mention him in every movie. They making him seem like he was pretty damn smart.
Like smarter than Reed Richards almost.
Yeah, like to put his consciousness in an old school computer and still survive after all those years and stuff. So
he's not on Reed Richards' level. Let's just throw that all the way off the door. So I believe that Armin Zola is a very smart, incredible doctor, because think about this. That didn't just happen in the MCU. That happened in the government, too. The MCU would hire him to help them do what? Create defense systems and all that. That's why he stayed out of jail sometimes. So it's like, if I really look at it, Armin Zola is definitely one of the smartest people in the MCU. I would say top 20, to be honest, because you got so many people before him.
Yeah.
Well, we know who the smartest is now. Moon Girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Black Girl.
Yeah.
I'm listening to y'all this whole time. I ain't got no sound. I don't got no sound on the What If episode, so I'm just straight up looking at visuals. And visuals alone, without the sound, I am in shock and awe. This is amazing. I'm loving it. But I just had to say that real quick.
Yeah. So overall, I know they're gonna bring back the What If series. I don't know if they even made a date yet.
It's going to be next spring. I think they said next spring is what I've heard.
Are they bringing it back that fast?
Second season, because
they
I think they're trying to do a third season about the fall, too, if I'm not mistaken. Because they want to keep having shows come out every month or two in order to keep us satisfied. Because
when is Hawkeye drop?
November.
Okay, November.
That comes out November.
She-Hulk is supposed to drop January or February.
And then we got the Black Panther giant.
We got Miss Marvel too.
Oh dang! Ooh.
But then you got all the Star Wars stuff coming out, like
the Star Wars
Boba Fett and Mandalorian.
That's coming out right after Christmas.
Yep.
Hey, I got an idea for a what if. Can we get a what if they never slaughtered Hulk out? Can we get that episode, please?
That would be perfect, because it's like I have so much to speak on the Hulk being one of my favorite characters in Marvel. But any questions y'all have on the Hulk, you can just ask.
Hey, I got one right now, bro. Do you
Okay.
really think, because I've been praying, that
Okay.
they going to do World War Hulk eventually? Do you think they going to do it to the big screen eventually?
You know what? I believe that we're going to get the Doc Green persona first. Do y'all know about that Hulk?
Now, explain to everybody who's never heard that part what the Dark Green Hulk is.
Okay, the Doc Green Hulk basically is a Hulk that, you remember how you had like all these gamma irradiated beasts?
Are you talking about Maestro?
No, not Maestro. This is totally different. Totally
okay.
So you know how like you had the red Hulk, red She-Hulk, green She-Hulk, A-Bomb, which was Rick Jones that had become the Abomination 1 minute. So what he was doing, because he felt like the world didn't need all these gamma monsters, he went around trying to inject them and take all of their gamma from them. So basically, he was one that was basically maybe could have taken over the world if he really wanted to, but he is very smart, and that's the type I think they're going with, because that Hulk actually healed himself also, because when Bruce Banner got shot in the brain back in the I think it was the late 90s or early 2000s, it was the leader that helped him get the bullet out, because that Hulk itself was strong, but he couldn't get mad, because if he got mad, he would revert back to Bruce Banner. So you know how bad that could be. And he had a bomb go off, just totally explode, almost killing him, and it took the leader to help him, figure out how to get the shards out of his brain.
Didn't know that.
So if you ever read the Peter David run, he actually did a really good job in the comics, though.
Okay.
But yeah, if I had my choice, I believe they will go with the Doc Green persona, maybe leading into the Maestro down the line, because at the end of, I think it was Endgame, the Hulk was actually supposed to get the Infinity Gauntlet and actually turn evil, beat Thanos, and then turn on the Avengers, but they scrapped it at the end.
Nah, you know they weren't finna
And
do
see,
all
that's what I thought that they were doing, because I know they hinted at the gamma radiation. It made me immediately think about Maestro, and that's what they were going with it next.
Right.
Because I didn't know really they were going to do, because they kind of combined Planet Hulk with Thor Ragnarok, which also I was disappointed in that as well. But I'm just hoping. But I mean, I guess you can't really do World War Hulk until you introduce Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, all those X-Men, all them motherfuckers that he pretty much beat up and almost killed.
You got to bring the Black Bolt in. You got to bring
humans, all of them.
You
forget about Namor.
The X-Men and tore all of them up. I'm like, wow. And then that's what's so funny about the Hulk. Like, people were wondering in World War Hulk, how in the world did he see Doctor Strange in his astral form? And I'm like, people don't understand. The Hulk can actually see dead people. Going off of that joke, I see dead people in the movies. He can actually see dead people. That's why that astral image did not work, and that's why he was able to crush Doctor Strange's hands.
But I believe this. I believe what y'all talk about right now. I know he's supposed to be in the She-Hulk series on Disney Plus, but I think that's just wishful thinking, because I hadn't seen Shang-Chi yet. But the man still got it. He still got his arm in the sling, so he's still not even healing. You gotta
look at it. Hold up, his arm is healed though. If you really look at it,
it's healed.
Because remember, his skin was a different tone. You can see the scars from it. Notice in the new image, you didn't see no scars on his hands. So that's why I feel like it might be.
I hadn't seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to drop on Disney Plus so I can order it.
Right. It was good. Okay. You wouldn't have to order it, because when they drop it, it's going to be for everybody.
Oh, I thought it. Wow, okay. They changed everything since Black Widow, because I know they resolved that lawsuit she gave him. So I guess they dropped us some money.
She got paid too, man. I think she got $40 million. I think is what it was.
Yeah, because she was she was supposed to have 50 total, but I guess they just agreed on 40.
Man, that's $40 million. That's a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah. There's more than you had.
I'll take $5 million of that.
Especially you think about what she done already made from the past. Man, how many movies she been in since Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even on yesterday's episode, if y'all really look at that, I believe they're hinting that we may get a new Black Widow along with her sister Yelena, because think about it.
That's what I was going to say too.
Go ahead. Oh, I took over.
No. You get on the point because I got it in my notes. I was gonna say that. So the Watcher put her where they didn't have a widow. So did he put her in the main MCU?
Hey,
but another thing, that MCU has Captain America and Captain Marvel still.
Yeah.
Cause so that universe wherever they put her, it's kind of weird because like I said, you got Steve Rogers still, you got Captain Marvel, but she dies.
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of interesting on where they could go. But what do you think about even though Ultron destroyed the planet with
I'm
Wanda?
sorry, I'm laughing at the boy down there. He enjoyed the episode. He like
yeah.
What you say, cracking now? What about what?
So what do y'all think about them dumping the zombies on and he fight Wanda? He's like, nah, we just got one that we're waiting on based out of all the zombies. And the Ultron, he had just had to destroy the planet to kill Wanda, right?
Right, but Wanda's powers didn't really work against him if you really look at it. That's why she had that shocked look on her face like, wait a minute, this didn't work.
I thought, I got to see that part again. I thought the shock face was after he was just fit to split the planet apart, basically.
Well, I saw that too.
Anyway. So,
Now, what'd you say, Doc?
No, I was just saying that's what I thought too. Was that he destroyed the planet pretty much
just to get away from her.
To get her. But I mean, it just goes to show you how truly strong that she is. And that's something else. I don't know if Marvel gonna ever fix that as far as her being Magneto's child. I don't know if they gonna. I don't know if they can fix it now because you didn't kill Quicksilver. But I mean, I know the timeline is screwed up too. So I mean, they can always go back and fix everything.
Well, you showed her parent. You showed her parents, who was supposed to be her parents.
Yeah.
You showed them. So, and I don't think they're gonna bring dude back as Magneto. So hey.
I mean, I don't know how they gonna do it, bro. Because you think about it, if you think about Magneto, he was in the Holocaust, so he would have already have been there. And then Wolverine, he fought in all those world wars, so he would have already been out there too. And Sabretooth. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I
we
think
have to
with
wait
the
and see.
MCU opening up so many doors, because remember, the first mutant is actually supposed to.
Apocalypse.
They keep playing with it. You know, at first, the first mutant was going to show up in what was it, Doctor Strange movie? But now they're talking.
It's supposed to be Black Panther and Namor.
Well, some told me that they may even have the first mutant appear in SpiderMan. We just have to look for them. So I don't know, but there are many ways they can do this because I thought it was.
Is Namor considered a mutant?
Yes.
He is a mutant. Okay.
Yes. Also, that's something that people don't know about Thanos too. Thanos is a mutant also, born from the Eternals. You know,
I was say he's Eternal, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's why I told everybody. That's why I said.
But he had a deviant gene or something like that to turn to purple.
And the mom didn't want him, but at the same time,
tried to kill him.
Yeah, and at the same time, that's why even when Thanos disappeared, I sat there and me and my friends talked about it at the end. We're like, well, he's not really dead. He'll be back soon because that's the way most Eternals are. When they die, they come back as male or female. I know a lot of people were complaining about, wait a minute, that's not how this character looked. That's how not that character looked. But they come back any way they want to. They can come back as a man, a woman, a different color, whatever they want to do. So I feel like
I believe he's gonna come back because since he died, he's always got his mistress there.
Yeah, but also
from the comic book.
They didn't even introduce her to, and then the second thing,
they
that man is so much of a genius. You think he just took that one where they were able to go back into the past? I'm telling you, he probably set himself up somewhere else in the galaxy too, just in case he failed. He has a fail-safe plan. Now the Black Order, I enjoyed the Black Order. I thought they were pretty cool, but I was wondering why didn't they put the Black Swan in there? She's one of the most powerful ones of the Black Order, but they kept her out of it. I can't understand why.
It's the MCU, as we say. Like you mentioned
earlier,
earlier,
they couldn't put everybody in.
Tony Stark and Banner made Ultron from the movie instead of Hank Pym.
Hank Pym, yeah.
It's totally different. Then, like I said, the comic book Ultron. You had Wolverine and the Fantastic Four and everybody. So, hey, it's the MCU. So, to move on, well, we're not gonna really move on from this. We're gonna pick your brain some more.
Yeah, I got another question too.
We're gonna get your opinion, and we're gonna get the Bull's opinion, since the Bull has sit up here and watched Venom. Give us a quick review what both of you think about Venom. Even though the Bull already done his review, give us another with spoilers. I don't care.
Okay.
Go ahead and put the spoilers in there. Let us know everything.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much at the end of the What If episode. It's like the last thing. Like I said, I can't wait to rewatch that in its full entirety with the audio and all. But wow, just wow! Oh my God! And Doc's like, I can't believe you, bro. No, that was by far the best episode.
I mean, hey, man, I ain't saying one good.
But we, like I said, and I didn't even get down. I was just like, I caught a couple of subtitles, but the visuals alone, oh my God, that was good. That was good. Oh man, yeah, that was good. Venom, God. That was the shit. I don't care what anybody say. I liked it, actually. I like how they're turning Venom into more of a hero versus what he was in the comics. I mean, I see what Sony, and not just Sony, but Marvel, I see what they're doing with the MCU and just these movie versions of these comics. We've had so much of the originals and their origins and the comics in their entirety. They're giving us a fresher look with some of the old other comics. I've been noticing that, like, you can't be straight completely true to the comics as well as how to do something new. You know, and I actually don't like what the industry is doing. I like what a lot of these comic businesses are doing when it comes to the movies. Like, they're like, look, you got the comics. You know what happened in the comics already. Let's give it a little bit more of a fresh take. You might not like it, but at the same time, it's still a fresh take on something that you already know is familiar to you. So, you know, I'm digging that. I know a lot of people don't like it because everyone, well, that's not true to the comics. That's not true to the comics. Well, we have the comics already. That's my chance to, you know, do something different.
There's really only DC fans, and that's why DC is behind Marvel right now. Because they want to be straight to the comics.
Only in the live action. You can't say that they animes and they cartoons ain't the,
well, now the cartoons are great.
Yeah, they got a new one coming out. They got a new one coming out this month. What is Injustice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, that junk look like it's gonna be righteous right there, dog.
Right. And like, if I can speak on Venom too, I'll be honest with you. I sat there and I looked at it. Only, like I said, a problem I kind of had with it was I could tell they wanted to go rated R, but they couldn't. But
Carnage, definitely.
Carnage, when he first let out all of that symbiote and he yelled at the screen, I'm going to be honest with you, my spirit almost left my body because I never thought I'd see that on the big screen. And it was
definitely a monumental.
Yes, and he did a great job playing Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
As you know, he would have. Bruh.
Yeah, and I can tell I'll be wrong, but I'm hoping they release a rated R version of it because I will scoop it up in a heartbeat. But that last scene in that trailer, I'm telling you, I'm in the biggest IMAX screen in New York City on the Eastern Seaboard. Everybody erupted in there when that last credit scene came on. How did you feel about it, Bull?
Man, look. Hold on, before. Don't say the last credit scene. Tell us what happened. God dang it.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Hey, the main, I saw the end credit scene because it's on YouTube. The man looking at the TV, but Tom Holland on that giant as SpiderMan, bruh. Yeah. That's what the end credit scene was.
Voice is like
John Jameson's voice going out.
The Marvel MCU verse is officially combined.
Which brings me to my next question. Mm-hmm. My question for the Bull and Mr. Incredible, since y'all have seen it, do you think they're going to do a combination of Venom and Tom Holland Spider-Man taking on the Sinister Six.
That'll be
Not
cool.
Tom Holland, but I do think it will be a Venom Spider-Man Sinister Six, somewhere around it. But see, okay, if I'm not mistaken, because like I try to keep up with the behind the scenes stuff. If I'm not mistaken, your boy Tom Holland is actually done being Spider-Man. There's supposed to be a new Spider-Man coming. Also,
I hope it's Miles Morales. That's what I hope it is.
No, it's another actor. That's
actually my next. Yes, okay. There's Spider-Man, and then there's the Miles Morales Spider-Man. If I'm not mistaken, there's a Sony Marvel deal that didn't happen where Sony gets to keep Spider-Man, and Marvel start using the Miles Morales Spider-Man. So it's the. Let me put it like this: the future.
Just getting on my nerves,
dog.
dog. Like just
getting. The future of the movies are pretty much everything. Now that we got the multiverse, you're about to see the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Sony's gonna be doing their thing still with Spider-Man, but Marvel MCU is gonna have their version of Spider-Man. But it's gonna be you're gonna have basically two different Spider-Man.
It's gonna be Miles Morales and the new actor that's playing Peter Parker is gonna be on the Sony side. Damn, they gonna get rid of Tom Holland like that, man?
Well, we'll see.
He wanted to stop, if I'm not mistaken. I think he wanted to venture off into other stuff.
Man,
I'm not sure. I got to get the full story, but it might actually be him, like, this. Because if you seen some of his other movies, your boy, he got shot.
Well, that's like the boy from Amazing Spider-Man. That man can act too. Andrew Garfield. That man can act too.
Yes, and that's the thing. They hired the new Spider-Man that they hired. He actually voices Spider-Man in the What If series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to say. I actually forgot all about that. Yeah.
So they're gonna actually let him be the new
Spider-Man.
So they're actually gonna put him in the new films.
Well, remember now, Tom Holland still has another 3 films to do. I think because he signed a 7-picture deal. So he's already done 4, so I think he has 3 left. So I'm guessing somewhere in between that we'll see the new Spider-Man.
A nice little transition.
Yeah, because even in the comics, they right now in the Spider-Man series, they just brought back Ben Reilly. So I wonder how they're going to go with this because they just got through. You had I think Spider-Man was fighting the Sinister Six and Mysterio's group and a female group based off of all the male villains we grew up on. So Spider-Man pretty much was having a fight over 20-some different people because other people joined the fight also. He made it out of it, but if y'all get a chance to read that series, it's something else.
Hey, another question. I'm going to keep popping these questions out because you the expert. Man, when they going to drop that Morbius, dog?
You know what? Morbius was supposed to be out September this year. I think it's been pushed back all the way to next year. Almost summertime.
It's next year. Last I looked, I think it's actually might even been pushed back to like next year.
I think he had to go
around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I got one more thing too, bro.
Way back. Yeah.
So this is my theory. I got theories, right? So I said this a long time ago when I said that in the first series with the Avengers movies, you know how they kind of had Thanos. They kind of brought him out slowly before you really knew he was the big bad. In this, we already know it's Kang. So my theory is that there's another bad that they haven't showed yet. And I'm almost, especially the way they kind of show him in What If, I'm thinking it's going to be Schumer. That I'm thinking he going to be the big bad.
Is next.
Well, they been hinting at Mephisto. Everybody been talking about Mephisto.
They
did hint at Mephisto and the WandaVision, bro.
Yeah, I believe Galactus is coming too because Fantastic Four is on the way. And the only thing I hate is y'all know what happened in Fantastic Four. I think it's issue number 6. I think it is. Black Panther kicked the crap out of all of them. I don't know if y'all ever read that story or not. Yes, Black Panther.
Isn't that why him and Reed Richards become good friends, though?
Yeah, but Sue Richards had a crush on T'Challa, too, though, in the comics. When Black Panther and Storm got married, if y'all look up that story, you'll see Mrs. Richards hug T'Challa. She looks back at Storm. You have no idea how lucky you are. Jean Grey was there. All of them. Rogue. They was like, you have the man that most people want. Just
But
check that
tell me
story out
this.
when you can.
But tell me this.
But now we ain't gonna get no T'Challa because they not gonna recast him.
And you know what they could have done? And Kraken, I'm gonna let you go. Just let me get this out. In the comics, in the recent Black Panther series that just ended, great writer. He had it where there was another, I think, planet with vibranium on it that was found. So basically, Black Panther done went out to colonize it, but it already has some rogue aliens and visitors there. So they had to fight the entire time and going up against the gods of Wakanda also. Some of them helped, some of them decided to go to the bad side. But I believe the MCU could have had it where Black Panther is off in space till they could have found someone to replace him and just let Shuri take over as Black Panther on Earth until he comes back.
But no, but they also did one where he became the Panther God and was over the dead, right? And she was still Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And remember,
so they
Black
also
Panther
did one
for Daredevil at one point.
Yeah, because I thought with the Marvel Zombies episode, I thought they were gonna put him on there and show him controlling the zombies. Because one of his powers from being the god of the dead, he controlled the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was how they were going to be.
Yeah. And having the Hulk on the side, the Hulk can actually see dead people, so that could really help Black Panther out.
So So what do you think they're going to do with the role with Black Panther 2? Do you think that they secretly didn't film this giant with Michael B. Jordan and he going to be, like they didn't brought Killmonger back? Or do you think... Because I just can't see Shuri...
Mm-hmm.
I can't see Shuri's character holding it as her own by herself.
I believe she is, man, because she got hurt filming the other day.
She can do it. She can do it.
Yeah,
she got hurt filming the other day.
In a little trouble
she definitely got that work.
Yeah, I know she got into trouble with her political.
So
about that
like
vaccine.
They asked her to calm down before, and I'm thinking, okay, don't pull a Gina Carano where you end up getting fired.
They'll get rid of
them.
But
hey, y'all listen, I'm the doctor. Get the vaccine, people, please. And the booster shot.
I've been vaccinated.
Today's what if? I don't believe Killmonger could have become Black Panther. They could have, but from today's what if, I think no matter what, Killmonger's gonna be Killmonger. He's not gonna be for Wakanda.
But he was Black Panther in the comics, though.
I know, but still,
he has the right heart. But I feel like his motives is what hurts him. Like nothing wrong with like getting what you think you deserve and what you need, but
he got that Malcolm X viewpoint, man.
He'll try to imprison other races.
He like Magneto, man. You know, he ain't got that Professor X mentality. He like Magneto, dog. He like, give me what I want, I'm gonna get it, and you ain't gonna stop me.
And pretty I was just about to say, I'm gonna take it. It's either you gonna let me get it or I'm gonna take it. Either way it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.